Hello and welcome to Hot Money Technicals on Bloomberg Quint Live, India's first digital live streaming business news service. This is a show which gets you a complete wrap of all the stocks that are buzzing in trade. I am Darshan Mehta. Joining us today are three technical experts, Dhyaneshwar Padwal of KIFS Securities, Kunal Rambia of The Streets, and Raja Venkatraman of Chart Advice. Raja, you have a chart on Mahanagar Gas this time around. Let's pull up the chart and you explain why you should buy this and explain the rationale of this Fibonacci.
Yeah. So the stock, after its decline from August last year, it actually broke down with a gap, and then the stock has been in a continuous decline, and now it's showing us a rising trend ever since November. And the entire rise has consolidated around this area. This area, if you see, is around this gap region. So this gap region is actually held the prices for a long time, and now the prices are looking to go up. That's reason number one. Reason number two is, if you draw a Fibonacci retracement, 61.8 is a very key level to watch out for. So that level was actually holding up the prices for quite a bit of time, almost to 2 months. Now you're witnessing a breakout, and with oil and gas space also buzzing. So you can see that the momentum is now picking up. So all this indicates a potential move to the upside.
Okay. So that's the view that's coming in. What's the stop loss and target?
The stop loss will be 890.
Okay.
And for an upside towards first target is 975. And the upwards is 1025.
Okay, so potential 75 to 100 rupee upside. Okay, that's the view that's coming in. And okay, Raja, what's your view?
I would be a contrarian sell, because I find that the momentum which actually took the prices from its lower levels, it is actually my Ichimoku study on the resistance zone. So one could, if you want to take a contrarian bet, can short with a 20 rupees stop loss above 503.
At the current market price, 480?
Yeah, the current market.
Okay, so that's the view that's coming in. We're getting the first contrarian view at this point of time. Short at 480 with a stop loss of 20 rupees. That means close to 500 would be a stop loss on LIC Housing Finance. A large chart from the day, at least from the analyst before Yash again comes in, is BIOCON. And Raja is here to explain why he wants to buy it. And just to give a perspective, BIOCON is one of the best performing pharma stocks of late. When the others are correcting, BIOCON seems to be in its own trajectory. Why are you bullish?
Yeah, after its sharp move in September, stock went through a phase of consolidation. This is a weekly chart, and we can see that the consolidation did not give up its gains. And what we are seeing now is a nice trendline breakout. And the stock is managing to do well over the last 3 days, when market is actually a little confused. The stock is actually being patronized by the bulls. You can see here on the downside that I have also used a momentum indicator, which is called as the ADX and DMI. And I can see that the positive DI line, which is the green line, this is actually going up, which suggests that the bulls are definitely in this counter. So one could actually participate on the long side in this.
Okay, okay, explain this line that you made. What's the rationale?
I have gone from its last high, its previous high,
to
all the way down.
Okay.
And the last week itself, we had a small breakout here. And now this week, a strong move to the upside.
Okay, 665, would you buy at this level?
Yes, I would buy at this level.
And what's your stop loss target?
Stop loss will be below 625.
Okay.
And for an upside toward first target will be around 700. Then the next target is 725.
Okay, so that's a positional call that's coming in on BIOCON. So that's the view that's coming in on Escorts, and since we have time, we'll ask our guest a view on the index. But firstly, it's important to highlight pretty much the stock of the day, and that is Sun Pharma. What should one do on Sun Pharma, Dhyaneshwar? What are the leave the news aside?
Okay.
What if you go by pure technicals? What is it indicating?
See, Sun Pharma higher time frame as well as the lower time frame indicates the stock is moving in a clear downtrend, but oscillator suggests that the oversold, they are coming into the oversold zone. So if shorting opportunity, this is not the right level, because risk reward ratio is not favorable. Wait for an pullback, then only you can go.
But overall trend seems to be on the downside.
Yes.
Kunal, what's your view?
No, certainly, but here the contra view will literally work. You know, near to 1200 mark, when the Sun Pharma made the high, there was a blow of volume at that same. Now the same thing is happening near to the bottom. So for this month, if the stock remains above say 400 mark on the closing basis, I would think of accumulating the stock.
Okay, and Raja, what's your view?
Yeah, it's a clear bearish trend. So I would trade with the trend and either sell around 390 zone or rally towards the 425 to 430 zone. I would be a seller.
Okay, so that's the view that's coming in. And before we end, a view on the indices itself, Raja. We are finding it very difficult to come close to the 11,000 mark. We're not able to sustain. What should one do with the Nifty? If you have an index strategy, if you have an option strategy, what should that be?
amongst the index, the Nifty and Bank Nifty are both contrarian. Bank Nifty is placed much better than the Nifty.
Yeah.
First up. Second is around the gap zone around the 10,000, 10,950 mark. That's been a problem for the Nifty. So if Nifty doesn't close above 11,000, one should actually be using a sell on rally approach.
Okay, what about you, Kunal?
So no, it's in clear consolidation. We saw a breakout a day before yesterday, but it's not able to surpass that 920 mark itself. So 10,920, 925. If at all is taken out decisively on the higher side, we may see the market reaching near to say 11,050, 11,100 mark. But otherwise, as of now, it's a cautious approach.
Cautious. What about you, Daneshwar?
Recent chart structure suggests that the Nifty is moving into the tight consolidation zone. So, rather going for a directional view on the indices, one should look for a stock-specific action.
Okay, that's the view that's coming in. Thank you to all of my guests. With that, it's a wrap on this edition of Hot Money. Daneshwar, Kunal, Raja, thank you so much for giving in all the strategies. Ask BQ comes up next. Stay tuned to Bloomberg Quint.